Well, I want to thank everybody for gathering on this cold Wednesday morning and braving a little bit of snow, a little bit of wind. We've gathered together to break ground for our City Hall Public Safety Project. And it's right that we should do that. Whenever you undertake a major construction project, it's a time where you enter into a phase where there's a little bit of danger, there's a little bit of risk, there's a little bit of disruption, and it's good that we sort of send ourselves off with Godspeed and with hope for a future about 12 months from now when we move into a brand new building that's really going to meet the public's needs. It's going to be safer, it's going to be more accessible, and it's going to be more convenient for the public to use and a better home for the civic heart of the city. And so we're excited about this start, and this is also a time just to give some thanks. And so we've got a couple of people who are going to speak today, and I just want to recognize them and thank them, but also recognize a few other people. But for our city council members that are here, that if you could just raise your hand so we can thank you for your support for this project. Mayor Tarter, Vice Mayor Connolly, Councilmember Phil Duncan, Councilmember Dan Z, and so thank you all for being here. Our construction team, HIT, we are really pleased that Falls Church's own HIT Construction is our partner in this. We feel like we're in good hands with the ship of state here, and we all work for you for the next 12 months. So we're excited that you're here. And Todd Ray with Studio 27, who's helped us shape the vision for what we're trying to accomplish here. Where is Todd? Todd, thank you for everything you've done to get us to this point. And we're really excited about what you're helping us accomplish here. James Mack is our project manager. James, we pulled you out of interviews. We're glad you're here. You're a star. You're getting us through this in a well-organized way. And Cindy Mester has been the heart and soul of this project really from the beginning and has rallied all of us to meet this need. And one last thing I just want to say before I turn it over, Cindy. I'm going to turn it over to Phil Duncan here, who worked with our task force and has been a champion for this project for so long as well. But his mother-in-law, Carol DeLong, her name is on the cornerstone of the City Hall extension, which was done in 1982. And that was a nice warm spring night when we had the groundbreaking for that. But it is wonderful to have you here, and we hope that this is just an act of continuing stewardship for what you have built and what so many before us have built here in the city. Councilmember Duncan.
All right, you'll be pleased to know that I'll be very brief. Thank you for Wyatt for introducing my mother-in-law, who, does remember that warm summer evening in 1982. So just for a second, channel the feelings of that warmth as you stand here today. Thank you. Thanks to all members of the City Hall Task Force, especially, who worked for many years, more than a decade, to get us where we are today. It's a landmark accomplishment to renovate and modernize and expand our City Hall while preserving a front elevation view that would look very familiar to citizens who were here almost now 70 years ago when the original City Hall was built. At the time that Carol and Chet and two of their daughters moved into the City of Falls Church in 1960, this building, the original building, was almost brand new. All those many years later to 1982 when Carol was mayor, and the east wing was built, cornerstone was laid. That, as Wyatt says, was a sign of the city's progress and growth, and today we stand here on the brink of another chapter in the city's history, an expression of our confidence and optimism about our future and the need that we have to serve our citizens better, to provide a work environment for our employees that is healthier and more efficient. And I just am very thankful to all of you who worked for so long and so hard through, some ups and downs, Cindy Mester most particularly of all, to bring us where we are today. And thank you for letting me have the opportunity to speak.
morning. So everybody's excited to be here in the ice. And so when I was asked to speak, I was thinking about what to talk about, and I obviously am going to keep this really brief, but I did want to say thanks to so many people who have participated in this activity. Wyatt for his amazing leadership through this, sort of how we begin to take it all in, and how do we usher it through the overall process with the city. And then almost most humbly, Cindy's efforts, as she's carried this little flame for 10 years, over a decade, and to make this real, and with a vision of equitability for this building, to make it safe for all the citizens of the City of Falls Church, but also to make it universally designed so that anyone, any able body now, any individual can make it through the city, and how that did come to realization finally through this decade. Also, James and Mike, you guys have ushered us through a really difficult time of like the whole design process. When we first started, the studio asked a general question. It's like, what is it to work at the seat of democracy for a city? And that's a real humbling experience for all, to think about this is your symbol, and this is what you carry with you, and this is the place where the vitality of the city comes together. And so then as we began to work into the project, we began meeting with the stakeholders, we began meeting with community groups, and then about 100 meetings later, we realized that the city is very active in what its future is going to be, and that the city itself lives its democracy, and that we were just humbly invited to participate in this next chapter of building with you. So thank you for all of that.
Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for this event. I am Mitch Filipowicz. I'm a Senior Vice President at HIT Contracting, and we're the contractor for the project here. We're happy to be here. With regard to our schedule, I'll say two things. Happy birthday, Cindy. It's not exactly October, but it's close, and 62 days until spring. So, Falls Church and HIT Contracting have been neighbors for a long, long time. I think the city's been around for 7 decades now, and HIT a little bit longer than that. We've been conducting business in parallel as neighbors for a long, long time, and we're very excited to finally be here working with the city as part of the team on this exciting project. I think we have a great relationship with Studio 27 and the consultants that they've brought to the team, with Cindy, with James and Mike, and the rest of the folks that we've been working here. We're really excited to be here. We want to approach this project as a little more than your construction manager and your general contractor. I mean, we're your neighbors. We have many HIT Contracting employees and principals that live in the city of Falls Church. We shop at the same stores, we go to the same schools and churches and everything else. So we're here to be more than just another construction contractor. We want to be a strong business partner for the city, for Studio 27, for everyone else that's involved in the job. We do appreciate this opportunity. As a company, it's a very, very important job for us, and it's something that we relish, to be working with our neighbors so close to home. We do recognize that there's challenges. We have an occupied space for many parts of the job, and we want to bring great value to the city. We are prepared to deliver the project that meets the city's needs for today and for the future. And we hope that we're going to be here for a long, long time and help the city, as Todd said, bring in a bright future for the citizens and for the community. So on behalf of HIT Contracting, thank you all very much for the opportunity.
Good morning. I'm Dave Tarter, the mayor of Falls Church. I'm delighted to be here with you this morning. Before we get started, Wyatt Shields, the city manager, asked me to make a change to our program. Instead of using the construction shovels, we're going to be handing out snow shovels. And we're going to ask that you all go around the perimeter of the site and just quickly shovel the snow around the edge of City Hall. No, I'm really happy to be here. This has really been a long time coming. Feels like we missed one renovation cycle by just talking about this for so long. But I'd like the folks who are on the task force to raise their hands and be recognized. They spent so much time in getting this project done. Keith, you too, raise your hand over there. We're recognizing the folks in the task force. So much work has gone into this project, and I think through all that it became a better project. And as you heard, this is a seat of government. It's a terribly important building in our city. People come here to be heard, to see the business of democracy. So it's really probably the most important building in the city, and so we're so happy that we're finally getting on with the project. I tell you, it's a little cold out here, so I'm just going to say let's get on with it. Let's get it built on time and under budget, and thank you all for coming out.